Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well today. Welcome one and all to QuizCraft, our weekly live trivia show. I'm Tiff Official, your host, here to test all of your trivia gaming knowledge and know-how. Today our challenge is on everything Square Enix. They've made some pretty famous games like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, maybe you've heard of them, so I hope you're very excited. On to the details, how exactly you can participate and how this is going to work. So I'm going to be asking you 15 total questions. If you get them all right, you will win the prize. So if multiple people win, you'll split the $500 jackpot. To answer the questions, you need to go to surveymonkey.com/r/QuizCraft and enter in your StreamCraft username. Now you'll see once you get to SurveyMonkey that the questions and answer options are blank, and that is because you need to follow along with the stream, listening, reading, doing your best, and then answer in SurveyMonkey once you think you have what you think the answer is. Once again, head on over surveymonkey.com/r/QuizCraft to participate. Unfortunately, if you answer in the chat, you will not qualify. You've got to answer on SurveyMonkey for it to work. So everyone ready? Everyone got it? We're all pumped? Okay, we're gonna get going into question number 1. Where does Sora in Kingdom Hearts originally live? Is it A, Traverse Town, B, Twilight Town, C, Hollow Bastion, or D, Destiny Islands? This is where you start off your adventures in Kingdom Hearts, Sora's lovely home. One of these 4 options. Get your answers in. Hopefully easy for you guys. Let's go. Okay, question number 2. What's the North American name for Dragon Quest until 2005? Is it Dragon Warrior, Dragon Armor, Dragon Dungeon, or Dragon Fighter? So perhaps a game that's not as well known in North America, but it's still a pretty big Square Enix property. Dragon Quest had a different name in North America back in the day. Question number 3. What game engine did Square Enix develop in tandem with Final Fantasy 15? Is it Crystal Tools, Luminous Studio, Unreal Engine, or Frostbite Engine? So this is something new I learned for the quiz, that Square developed their own game engines. The one in question is for Final Fantasy 15, the one they developed. And on to question number 4. When did Enix Corporation and Square Co. Limited officially merge to become Square Enix Co. Limited? Was it August 2003, March 2002, April 2003, or May 2001? And yes, way back in the day, Square and Enix were separate entities. What was the official date of their merge? One of these 4 options. I believe in your power of history. Question number 5. Who was not a member of the Square Dream Team? Is it Akira Toriyama, Hideo Kojima, Yuji Horii, or Hironobu Sakaguchi? So the epically named Square Dream Team. One of these 4 guys was not in it, unfortunately, but they're all famous for something different. but also in this squad together. Question number 6. What is the name of the princess you save at the beginning of the original Final Fantasy? Is it Garnet, Terra, Cornelia, or Sarah? You gotta save the princess, guys! But what was her name? Garnet, Terra, Cornelia, or Sarah? Less than 10 seconds to answer, folks. Get it in. Number 7. What is the name of the optional boss you can fight in Agrabah in Kingdom Hearts? Is it Ice Titan, Sephiroth, Riku, or Kurt Szizza? So there are a total of 5 optional / secret bosses you can fight in Kingdom Hearts. So what's the name in Agrabah, aka Aladdin's realm? Hopefully you know. Question number 8. What is Robo's serial number in Chrono Trigger? Is it C3PO, ED209, R667, or K176? Robo is pretty much the most versatile character in Chrono Trigger. Can do tons of stuff, magic, deal damage, heal you up, but what's his serial number? Number 9. In which Final Fantasy game does Gilgamesh not appear? Is it Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VIII, or Final Fantasy IX? So Gilgamesh, you can see him here, super cool guy, typically in red armor, lots of arms, lots of different weapons. So which Final Fantasy game did he not appear in at all? Question number 10. What is the name of the song that plays during your final battle with Kefka in Final Fantasy VI? Is it The Decisive Battle, Dancing Mad, Kefka's Tower, or Battle to the Death? So maybe getting a bit more difficult. Where would we be with Square Enix games without their amazing soundtracks? Hopefully you're knowledgeable about Final Fantasy VI and this particular battle. Number 11, what was the last game to use Squaresoft logo before they switched over to Square Enix? Was it Sword of Mana, Final Fantasy IX, Kingdom Hearts, or Unlimited Saga? So Squaresoft was the brand name Square used before their merger with Enix. So maybe a bit of a hint on the timeline of things here. And on to question number 12. What word is engraved on the Masamune sword before it was fixed in Chrono Trigger? Is it A, Melchior, B, Hekran, C, Guru, or D, Balthazar? In the game, swords in 2 pieces, you gotta recover them and then get it repaired. A small engraving can be seen. Do you know what it was? Number 13, what spell does the hero / heroine learn at level 7 in Dragon Quest III? Is it A, Recall, B, Return, C, Heal, or D, Expel? So the hero / heroine is of course you, the player character. So try to remember what spell you learn at level 7, Dragon Quest III. Believe in yourself. Number 14, what game was one of the first ever to release its official soundtrack in the United States? Is it Front Mission, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy, or Star Ocean? So soundtracks weren't really a thing in the States or North America. They were more of a thing in Japan. So one of these 4 was one of the first to officially release it for North American audiences. And lastly, number 15, where are the save points in Parasite Eve? Are they subway stations, elevators, landline phones and payphones, or Central Park? So testing you on another game that might not be as well known. I wish you luck. Where can you save in Parasite Eve? One of these 4 options, limited time. Cross your fingers that you get all 15 correct. That wraps up, I think. Ignore what's going on. Square Enix trivia. We're going to go over the answers in a moment. Think while the clock figures itself out. So I wish you all luck as we go over our more fun facts. We'll see. Transition to question 1. Answer slide. Maybe it works. Yeah, there it is. We're good. So, question number 1. Sora originally lives in / on Destiny Islands. A little fun fact of most Disney properties, there are several hidden Mickey insignias in Kingdom Hearts. especially on Destiny Islands. So for example, if you go to the Cove, you can see little Mickey ears, cute little thing to spot. Question number 2, Dragon Quest was called Dragon Warrior in North America. So it was titled this to avoid a trademark conflict with an unrelated tabletop RPG game also called Dragon Quest. So fun fact as well that I found pretty interesting, Dragon Quest video games are now only released on Saturdays. So originally they were released on Tuesdays, but kids were skipping school to play the game to immediately play. So Square was like, nah, we're gonna release it on a weekend. Question number 3. Square developed the Luminous Studio engine along with a Final Fantasy 15. So in 2004, they had a different engine called Crystal Tools, which was compatible with the PS3 and Xbox 360. And they decided they needed a new engine to work with, newer consoles, and because they wanted to include more cool stuff, so they upgraded to Luminous Studio. Question number 4, the two companies merged in April 2003. So the merger was in consideration since 2000 actually, but the financial failure of Square's first movie, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, made Enix reluctant to kind of go in. They're like, oh, maybe you guys aren't as awesome as we originally thought. But then Square came out with Final Fantasy X and the first Kingdom Hearts. And so the two companies were like, nah, let's come together. We'll be BFFs. Question number 5. So Hideo Kojima was not a member of the Dream Team. Boo, but Hideo, you might recognize his name as he's the developer of the Metal Gear series. And some of the other names, obviously probably the most notable or recognizable is Akira Toriyama, because he made the Dragon Ball series. Wow, great. Question number 6. So the princess you save in the OG Final Fantasy is Sarah. So she's a princess of Cornelia. She's also a recurring princess name in many of the early Final Fantasy games. Question number 7. The correct answer here was Kurt Zizza. So that's actually the name of a real person. Square held a contest before the release of Kingdom Hearts where the winner would see their name included in the game. So Kurt obviously won, and now he's an optional bad guy that you can fight against. Question number 8. Robo's serial number is R667. The other options that I give you, of course, are other famous robots. So C-3PO is from Star Wars, ED-209 is from RoboCop, and K-176 is Doc Robot from Mega Man 3. Question number 9. Gilgamesh never appears in Final Fantasy VII. So he's made more appearances in any Final Fantasy media than any other character. He's not always the bad guy though, believe in him. He can be an ally, or you could summon him as well. Question number 10. The song here is Dancing Mad. So that plays in Final Fantasy VI against Kefka. Series composer Nobuo Uematsu wrote the song, super famous composer for a lot of different games. He originally dreamed of becoming a professional wrestler, but instead wrote amazing video game music. Question number 11. The correct answer here was Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts was released back in 2002, so sort of fits in the timeline I hinted at there. If you're paying attention back at E3 in 2001, that's where the first Kingdom Hearts was announced. Question number 12. So the word Melchior is engraved on the sword, and it's on there because he's the one capable of restoring it. That's the whole plot point of you recovering the pieces, you bring it to him in his little house, he puts it together, yay, good times. Question number 13. So you learn the return spell at level 7. The return spell is also called Zoom, gives you a list of previously visited locations, and then allows you to choose your destination where you want to end up. Question number 14. Correct answer here was Secret of Mana. The story behind the creation of this score is the creator spent nearly 24 hours a day in his office, alternating between composing and editing. He wanted to create an immersive, three-dimensional sound. And lastly, question 15, the save points are at landlines and payphones. So a little interesting backstory, your main character is a police officer, and the time setting of the game, she would have actually had an old school, like giant brick cell phone, but the game devs didn't want to make it so easy for you to save everywhere, so they're like, nah, you only can go to payphones and landline phones to save the game. And there you have it. We've learned so much together. Now, as we wrap up our final calculations, we'll of course do a lovely coin drop, because I know you're always begging for it, so maybe we'll actually give you one. Keep an eye out for the little tealish chest to pop up in the chat and over the video as well, and tap it as quick as possible for your chance to get your coins. And as we yammer on, time for some announcements. So as you may have seen, StreamCraft has the official live streams of the Arena of Valor World Cup. So tons of teams are competing throughout July for the $550,000 prize pool. Woohoo! Today, I believe, is the last day of the group matches. So you can tune into those starting at 6 p.m. PST tonight. So that's in about 3 hours. The quarterfinals are then July 20th to 21st. And then the semifinals and the final are July 27th and 28th. And along with this cool World Cup that you can tune into, we'll be doing some giveaways. So if you log into Arena of Valor, the game, every day, July 22nd to 29th, you'll get something called a Swag Sunday token. And once you have 5, you can exchange them in for a brand new hero skin on the 29th. There's even more. Amazing. For those of you in North America and Europe, if you play Arena of Valor on the 29th, you'll get enough of those fancy Swag Sunday tokens to be able to exchange for a DC hero. So you get like Batman, Superman, and that kind of thing to play in the game. So pretty awesome stuff. Let's see if I need to keep chatting or not. I need to actually read my screen for once while I'm yammering away. Okay, drum roll, a little cheesiness. Let's announce potential winners, maybe? No? Okay, final screen. It looks like no one won. I'm actually surprised. I had faith in your Square Enix knowledge, but that means the prize will carry over to next week. And thank you, of course, everyone for joining. It was fun learning all about Square Enix with you. So make sure you turn into the Arena of Valor tournament, like I mentioned. I think it'll be a good time. And then next week, we're going to be testing you on everything Mission Impossible. So that's pretty like, all your spy action knowledge for that $1,000 grand prize. Amazing. So join us, of course, same time, same place next week for all of the trivia action. Have an awesome Thursday, everyone. Bye.